Hello again. This is Sam Houston, and welcome to My Front Porch. Whatever happened to right and wrong? There has always been value in people who have vision, who want to see things change in a positive way, who want the tide to float all boats and improve the quality of life and the economic well-being of our community. Over the past few months, it seems like waves of frustration keep washing over my mind as I see issues being discussed in the public. Many of those discussions seem to be void of vision or a goal to improve the quality of our collective lives. My grandfather was not an educated man. I believe he went to the 6th grade in school before he began working as a full-time farmer, helping his dad plant corn, beans, and raise cattle. Life was hard and unforgiving. There were no tractors, and farming was done using uncooperative mules to pull a plow or a disc. The hours were long, and success was based on hard work and good fortune with the weather. Though he may have been uneducated in a formal sense, I believe Granddad's education in the School of Hard Knocks made him one of the wisest men I've ever known. To him, life was made up of choices and decisions to be made. And while a man certainly needed to obey the law, even more importantly, he needed to do what was right. Well, what is right? Good question, and sometimes the line gets a little blurred. But I believe Granddad would say that right is what's fair to all, what is reasonable, or what treats everyone the same. He was not a religious man until late in life, but his father was, and I'd like to think that his conviction came from the Bible, where it refers to treating others the same way you would like to be treated. After all, it's hard to argue with fair and square. For example, if I cut a pie in half but let you make the choice of which half to take, I'm going to be certain to cut it as close to a 50-50 split as I can, or otherwise you'll take the big piece and I'll cheat myself. No matter what piece you take, I'm compelled to accept the result because I'm the one that cut the pie and I intended to cut it fairly. Everybody's satisfied because all involved were treated fairly. And even if we weren't completely happy because one piece might simply look better than the other, we at least know the transaction was fair and above board. Over the past 20 years, our politics have become so cult-like and polarizing that there does not seem to be any fair or right to the political decisions which are made and how they're enforced. Heck, even the members of the same party can't agree what they stand for or what's right. Smaller groups within the party form their own identities and make demands, and anyone who opposes within the party is cast aside or given a negative name like rhino. Democrats can't explain what being a Democrat really means, and Republicans can't agree with what a Republican is. The long-term virtues of each party are disregarded for political efficiency of the moment, and their followers set their conviction aside for the sake of maintaining political power. Every political act, every piece of legislation is not viewed concerning what's best for the country or the people, but rather what will maintain power and keep donations flowing into campaign coffers. Just this morning, I learned that the United States Senate race in Texas may cost $300 million between the expenditures of all the candidates. Does that seem as crazy to you as it does to me? Reflect on how many veterans that money could serve, or how many food banks it could supply. The worst part is that the political campaign won't explain to the voters anything about the candidates and what they truly believe. If they've been in office, the campaigns won't tell us what they've accomplished. The airwaves will simply have sound bites like fighting for you or protecting your rights, with little to no offer as to specifically what that means or what will be accomplished. The days when politicians worked together, when parties had different views, but the other side was not the enemy, they simply saw things differently. And government worked to find the best solution to the American people and the people of Texas, all seem to be long gone. Instead, nearly all campaigning is to blame someone or somebody else and cause diversion and to fulfill agendas which are much more tied to the interests of special interest groups than they are to the best thing for our citizens. We're in a major winter storm. People are worried about the grid and whether it can keep up with increased demand. Businesses and individuals are trying to move to Texas, and the question of adequate energy seems to be an issue. Have you heard a single party or candidate come up with a proposal how we're going to improve the grid? Why is Texas the only state in the union which is not part of the national grid? Anyone offering a concrete solution or plan? No. Instead, the talk is of blame and a lot of flag-waving diversions which are short on substance, but long on telling people what the politicians want them to hear. Having a different viewpoint doesn't make you an enemy. I've written before, the left wing and the right wing both belong to the same bird. And unless we work together, the nation and its people will not fly. Respect for others and fulfilling the obligations of their office to serve the people they represent is becoming a lost art. Only we can compel a change. It is time. Thought for the day. The future of the Republic is in the hands of the American voter. Dwight Eisenhower. Until next time, I'll keep riding the storm out.